Hello, good morning to everyone. Myself is Dr. Kausar Unnisa, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Commerce and Management, Government First Aid College, KGF. So today in this session, let us will have a discussion on the types of middlemen here. So they are nothing but the wholesalers as well as the retailers. So in the wholesalers, what are the functions of the wholesalers, right? As well as to the retailers, who are the different types of retailers. Let us we have discussions in this topic. So first we know that these two middlemen, one is wholesaler and retailers, are the important middlemen who generally facilitate the flow of goods from the producers to the consumers. Whereas the wholesalers are occupying a important place in the marketing channel, because in most of the cases we can able to see that they are going to perform several critical functions which are invaluable for the smooth flow of goods or the ownership, finance and information. But several channel systems, however it may be, but it do not involve the wholesaler or distributor and directly connect the manufacturing unit to the retailers who are in contact with the customers, or else the system connects directly to the customers. Let us will go by the first middleman, that is nothing but the wholesaler. So the wholesalers are nothing but he is one of the important middlemen in the channels of distribution, who is going to deal with the goods in bulk quantity. They are going to buy goods in bulk from the producers and sell them in the relatively smaller quantities to the retailers. In some cases, they also sell goods directly to the consumers if the quantity to be purchased is more. So they usually deal with a limited variety of items and also in a specific line of products like iron, steel, textiles, paper, electrical appliances, so etc. So we are going to see towards the important definition for the wholesaler according to the American Marketing Association. They says that wholesaler is nothing but a business unit which buys and resells the merchandise to the retailers and the merchants or to the industrial institutions and the commercial users, but does not sell insignificantly amounts to the ultimate consumers. With this definition, we can able to see that the wholesaler is nothing but the person who is going to resell to the retailers, not directly to the consumers. The person who is going to resell the goods to the merchants or to the industrial institutions, or they are meant only for the commercial purpose. So not directly to the customers, but it is only to the retailers. They are called as the wholesalers. And the next thing is nothing but what are the characteristic features of these wholesalers. When we'll see how the wholesaler must be, means in our minds we can able to see that the wholesaler is going to buy goods directly from the producers or from the manufacturer. This is one of the important characteristics when we are going to think about who is a wholesaler. Means the person one who is purchasing directly from the producers, he is called as a wholesaler. That is one of the characteristic. And the next one means the person who is going to buy in large quantities and sell them to the smaller quantities to the retailers. The wholesale business means the person one who is buying the bulk quantity of goods directly from the manufacturer and selling it to the in small quantities to the retailer. That is also one of the characteristic feature. And the third one, they may employ the number of agents or workers for the distribution of products. As we know that the wholesaler himself is not going to transfer the goods, he is going to appoint some of the agents or some of the workers. For what purpose? Means to distribute the products, whatever he is going to purchase from the manufacturer to the retailers. So the number of agents or workers may also be employed by the wholesaler. And the next thing is that the wholesaler is need a large amount of capital to be invested in the business, because we know that when the goods are purchased in bulk quantity or in the huge quantity, so certainly we request that the quantity of capital or the amount of capital must also be huge. With a less quantity is not possible to purchase. So the wholesale business means the person who is going to employ the amount of capital or investing his capital in the large amount or to the large extent. So such kind of business can be seen in case of this wholesalers business. And the next feature, we can say that they generally provide credit facilities only to the retailers, because not only the retailers are providing the credit facility to the consumers, but also the wholesalers are also possess these facilities where they are going to transfer the goods not on the cash basis. Few times they can able to sell it to retailers on cash, but also they are providing the goods or the products whatever they have been purchased from manufacturers to the credit facility to the retailers. And they're also providing a financial assistance whenever there is a financial need to the manufacturer. At that time they are providing the financial assistance also. That is also one of the function or feature of this wholesaler. Let us will see that some of the things or some of the functions which is performed by the wholesaler. When we see that wholesaler, in our mind is nothing but he is going to buy in bulk from the manufacturer, because the wholesalers are performing the crucial function of the buying goods in bulk or in large quantities from manufacturers, and they are going to sell these goods in smaller quantities to the retailers. So this is very important role played by the wholesaler, because in the absence of the wholesalers, the producers or the manufacturers will find it very difficult dealing with several retailers at the same time, and each retailer can only have to buy only the small quantity of goods. The second function, that he is going to provide the warehouse to store the goods produced. We know that the wholesaler is going to provide the warehousing for the goods produced by the producers. This is very important, because when the producers produce, they want to keep their factory free of factory free, because the production has to be taken place. So it is possible for them to carry on with some further production or manufacturing. So the produced goods are taken quickly by the wholesalers, because the producers see this is the great relief, since they do not have go through the trouble and cost of holding large stocks. So this makes it possible for the production to keep on moving smoothly. So having taken the huge quantum of goods from the producer, the wholesalers store them in their houses and distribute them gradually to the other retailers, those who are scattered around the city. That is also one of the function what he is going to perform towards his manufacturer. And the third one is that he send vital market information back to the producer, because manufacturers and producers are always in need of market information on how their goods has to be performed. This information is very essential to the producers, because they use this information to know how well or poor the products are performing and what to do in order to make their products better. Based on the same information supplied to them by the wholesalers, the producers can get to know the preferences of the consumers and produce goods that suit these preferences. And the next point is that they have to advertise and market the goods for the producers, because wholesalers are also normally help the producers in advertising and marketing their goods, because this ends up leading an increase if there is a demand for the goods only. That is also one of the function. And the next is the wholesalers make things conveniently for the retailers, because we know that the wholesalers buy a variety of goods in large quantities and make these goods available to the retailers. In the absence of the wholesaler, retailer would have to do some task of traveling from one producer to the another producer to buy the different goods that they have to be needed. And the next is that he's going to provide transportation services to the retailers, because these days many wholesalers are providing transportation services to the retailers, that they distribute the goods. This is very important to the retailer, because the retailer does not have to go through the trouble and expense of transporting the goods from producers' factories to the retail shops. And the next thing is nothing but the finance both producers as well as the retailers. The wholesalers are playing very important role when it comes to the financing of producers and retailers, because they do this by making prompt payment to the producers to secure their goods. Sometimes they even make advance payment to the producer, which is very important for the producers, as it enables the production process to run smoothly. And the wholesalers finance retailers also by giving out goods to retailers on credit. This is very important to the retailers, as it enables them to buy large quantity of goods and also helps in accelerating the growth of their business. And the wholesalers are going to regulate the supply, because wholesalers also the important role where they are going to play for regulating the supply of goods. Since they buy goods directly from the producers in a very large quantities, and they are responsible for how the goods end up they are getting supplied in their distribution process. They try not to flood the market with a particular product, and also try to avoid shortages which might cause an increase in the prices of the goods. And the last function is that finishing touches to the products, because wholesalers sometimes prepare the product for sale. By preparing the product for sale, wholesalers can add certain finishing touches to the products, such as labeling, branding, packaging the products before passing them on to the retailer. So these are all the functions that what a wholesaler is going to be performed. Let us will go for the next middleman, that is called as a retailer. We know that the word retailer had been derived from the French word retailer, which means to cut again. Retailing means to cut in small portions from large lumps of goods. A retailer is a last middleman in the chain of distribution of goods to the consumer, because he is a link between the wholesaler and the consumer. And the retailers are the traders who buy goods from wholesalers or sometimes directly from the producers, and they are selling them to the consumers. They usually operate through a retail shop, and they are going to sell goods in small quantities, and they keep a variety of items for their daily use also. So a retailer is nothing but a person or a business that buys goods directly from the wholesalers and sell them to the final consumers. Let us come across some of the we can see the some of the examples of the retailers are nothing but the hawkers, shop owners, street vendors, supermarkets, peddlers. These are all the examples of the retailers. And one of the popular retailer we can see today's in the world, he's nothing but a Walmart. Walmart is the biggest retailer in the world. Let us then see what are the characteristic features of the retailers. So retailer is nothing but a link between the wholesaler and the ultimate consumer, and he is the last intermediary in the distribution also. And retailer is going to buy goods from the wholesaler in bulk and resell them to the consumers in a small quantity. And the next one is that the retailers maintains a personal contact with his customer also. And the retailer is going to make sufficient shop display of his wares to attract the customers. And retailers deal is a variety of merchandise and are often known as the good merchant also. Usually retailers are classified into two groups. One is small scale retailers, another one is the large scale retailers. Let us will go one by one what are the functions that he is performing. The retailers deal with the customers of varying tastes and temperaments. Therefore, they should be active and efficient in order to satisfy their customers and also to induce them to buy more. So let us will say some of the retailers who is going to distribute the goods, the distribution of the goods, how is going to be taken place. So when we see the function of the retailer, the first one is nothing but buying and assembling of the goods. So retailers buy and assemble varieties of goods from different wholesalers and also the manufacturers. They keep goods of those brands and varieties which are liked by the customers and the quantity in which these are having great demand. And the second is storage of the goods, the function they are going to perform. To ensure a ready supply of goods to the customer, retailers have to keep their goods in stores, because goods can be taken out of his store and can be sold out to the customer as and when it is required. So this saves the consumers of buying goods in bulk and storing them in their houses in a small quantities. And the next is credit facility. So although retailers mostly sell goods for the cash only, but they're also supplying goods on credit for the regular customers only, because credit facility is also provided to those customers who buy goods in the large quantity also. And is also giving some of the personal services, because the function when we'll see, because retailers are rendering personal services to the customers by providing expert advice. So with regards to quality, features, and also the usefulness of these items. And you're also giving some suggestions or the considering by their likes and dislikes of the customer. They also provide free home delivery service to the customers. So how they are going to create a place utility by making the goods available wherever they are demanded. And the next is risk bearing. The retailers have to bear many risks because the risks may be of fire or theft of the goods, or it may be of deterioration in the quality of the goods as long they are not sold out. And also if there is a change in fashion and taste of the customer, at that time also he has to take up the risk. And the next is nothing but supply of information, because retailers provides all information about the behavior, the taste, fashions and demands of the customer to the producer through wholesalers. So they have become a very source of information for the marketing research. Let us will go for the next, that is nothing but the next content of types of retailers. So on the basis of the size of the business, product mix, pricing and service level and ownership of the business, so it can be classified into following categories. We can able to see that there are itinerant or mobile traders are the first group. The second group belongs to fixed shop small retailers, and the third one is fixed shop large retailers. Who are these itinerant or mobile traders? Mean the traders who have no fixed place of sale are called itinerants. They are called as. They move from one place to another place in search of customers. They are also known as the mobile traders because mobile traders deal in a low price, daily usable items such as fruits, vegetables, fish, cloth, books. So they require small amount of the investment. And when we see there are some of the itinerant retailers who are means there may be peddlers and the hawkers, because peddlers are the individuals who sell their goods by carrying on their head or shoulders, moving from place to place on foot. And hawkers are the petty retailers who sell their goods at various places such as bus stop, railway station, public park, gardens, or some of the residential areas and other public places, using a convenient vehicle to carry goods from one place to another place. And the street vendors or street traders are nothing but the trader who is sit on the footpath of the road or at the end of the road and sell their goods. It may be of in the form of fruits, vegetables. They are called as street vendors. And the next is market traders. Small traders open their shops at a different place on fixed days, or some of the dates like Sunday or any alternative days like Wednesdays. Nice, because they deal in one particular line of merchandise and also in a low priced consumer items of daily use. Example, we can able to see some of the places like this Rani Pet, right, etc. And the next is nothing but cheap jacks traders. And these cheap jack traders are nothing but those retailers who have independent shops of temporary nature in a business locality. Those are depending upon the potentiality of the area. So they deal in the consumer goods and services like shoes, chappals, the plastic items, right, repairs as well as watches. They are called as cheap jack traders. And the next category of nothing but fixed shop retailers. Who are these fixed shop retailers? Mean the retailers who is going to maintain permanent establishment to sell their goods are called fixed shop retailers because they do not move from place to place to serve their customers. The fixed shop retailer can be classified into two types on the basis of size of their operations. They are fixed shop small retailers and also fixed shop large retailers. Let us will see who are these fixed shop small retailers. Mean they are the street stalls. So these small shopkeepers are commonly found at street crossings or any other busy street corners. Those who are going to attract the floating customers and deal in cheap variety of goods like hosiery products, toys, soft drinks. So they get their supplies from the local suppliers as well as from the wholesalers. And the next is of general stores. The general stores sell a wide variety of products under one roof, most commonly found in the local market and also in the residential areas, to satisfy the day-to-day needs of the customers residing in the nearby localities. They remain open for long hours at convenient timings and often provide credit facilities to their regular customers. For example, we can able to see provision stores. Those are going to deal with the groceries, bread, butter, paste, washing powder, soft drinks, etc. And the next is nothing but single line stores. These single line stores are the small shops which deals in a particular line of products such as garments, stationery, textiles, medicines. So these they are generally suited in the marketplaces and deal the variety of products in that line of the product. And the next is specialty stores. Specialty stores means they are dealing in a particular type of product under one product line only. Example, we can say sweet shops specialized in like Tiruvanveli Halwa, Bengali sweets, they are called as specialty stores. The second shops and the next category is nothing but the fixed shop trade large retailers. They are called as the departmental stores. So the departmental store is nothing but the large retail establishment. Those are offering a wide variety of products. And also classified into well-defined departments. So each department specialized in one particular line of product. So those are going to satisfying every customer needs under one roof. So each department is like a separate shop with centralized purchasing, selling, and accounting. Administrative activities of the departmental stores are also managed by the general manager. So the general manager is going to appoint the departmental manager of each department. And the next fixed shop retail, large retailers are nothing but chain stores or multiple stock. A number of identical retail shops with a similar appearance normally deal in the standardized and branded consumer products. Those are established in different localities. Those are owned and operated by the manufacturers, or it may be of intermediaries also. They are called as chain stores or multiple shops. So in USA, these are known as chain stores, but they are popular as multiple shops in Europe. So they deal only in the particular line of product and specialized in the same type of product. For example, we can say this Bata shoe company, right? So, and the next one is nothing but the supermarkets. A supermarket is a large retail store selling a wide variety of consumer goods on the basis of low price appeal, wide variety and assortment, self-service and heavy emphasis and merchandising appeal. The goods traded are generally food products, other low price branded and widely used consumer products such as grocery, utensils, cloth, etc. Or we can able to see some of the good examples, nothing but the Nilgiris. That is one of the supermarket. And the next is cooperative stores. So a consumer cooperative store is a retail organization owned, managed, and controlled by the consumer themselves to obtain products of daily use at reasonable low price. So the main important objective is to eliminate profits to middlemen by establishing a direct contact with the manufacturers. So people, those who are belonging to middle and low income groups, so at least some 25% have to come together to form a voluntary association and get it registered under the Cooperative Societies Act. They are called as consumer cooperative stores. Next is hire purchase and installment trade. So hire purchase trading is a system by which the seller agrees to sell the articles to buyer on condition that the payment of the article will be made in a fixed number of installments till the sale price is paid. Though the buyer gets possession of the goods immediately on signing the contract, the ownership does not pass on till the payment of the last installment. The buyer are going to prefer to pay a lump sum or a part of the price initially, that is nothing but the down payment, and the balance in the installments as per the contract. The seller continues to be the owner of the article till then if the buyer commits a default in payment. So the seller is entitled to repossess the article, and it is also a form of credit sale. Only durable articles like television, air conditioner, refrigerator, washing machines are suitable for higher sale. And the next thing is nothing but the mail order house. So this mail order house are the retail outlets that sell their merchandise through mail, and there is generally no direct personal contact between the buyers and the sellers in this type of the trading business. And the next type of retailer is nothing but automatic vending machine. This automatic vending machine is a new form of direct selling because it is a machine which is operated by coins or tokens. Here, the buyer has to insert the coin or the token into the machine and receives a specified quantity of a product from the machine. So we can say that AVMs are placed at convenient locations such as railway stations, airports, petrol pumps. So they are called as automatic vending machines. And the next is shopping mall. Shopping malls are developed due to the change in department stores in the modern time. A shopping mall functions is a multi-story building because many small to big shops are commenced under the separate ownership. Various types of branded goods of daily requirement and luxurious products are also available here. And modern facilities such as refreshment hall, entertainments for children, the Wi-Fi, auditorium are also provided in this shopping mall. Example, we can say like a forums in Bangalore or forum in Chennai. They're all called as shopping malls. And the next is called the telemarketing. Telemarketing, again, it is being divided into two parts. One is telephonic marketing. What is this telephonic marketing means? The potential customers are contacted through telephone or mobile to provide information about the products. Billing customers can visit the office and place the orders. This method is useful to the loan, financing, insurance services, or credit cards. Here, no middleman in the marketing and cost reduction can be seen accordingly. And the next type of telemarketing is that television marketing. In this method, customers are attracted by providing full information of product or service through TV demonstration. Because customers are given either phone number or a name of the website to the place the order. Payments for these products are made through two methods. One is advance payment, that is through by debit card or credit card, or Paytm in cash at the time of delivery. So that is called as television marketing. And the next is online shopping or internet marketing. Because in this case of marketing, the manufacturers or the intermediaries have to place the advertisement of their products on different media of internet like email, portal, or browser. Sometimes they have their own website like Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal also. The customers can able to compare the products of competitors by observing such advertisement and select the product through internet and make the payment through online or cash on delivery. So with this, I'm going to have a conclusion that distribution in all the distribution is the important link between the manufacturer and the customer, because the concern is for designing a distribution strategy to facilitate the smooth flow of products from the manufacturer to the place where the consumers can buy them. The channels of distributions refers to the alternative paths through which the goods can be traveled or it can be routed. The direct selling and indirect selling through intermediaries such as wholesalers, retailers are the two alternative channels of distribution to choose from them. The final choice will depend on the type of product which we are dealing with, the number and the location of customers and their buying habit and cost also involved. So the manufacturer should also consider the specific advantage of each type of intermediary before he is going to take up the decision. With this, I am going to end the session. Thank you.